The annual New Zealand Food Safety Authority conference is a must attend for all the major players in our food production and retail industries. Every year, the spotlight falls on retailers and producers and how they get product from pastures to plates, be they here or on the other side of the world. One of the keynote speakers at the conference was Progressive Foods Managing Director Peter Smith. Smith spoke about the crucial bond of trust between the customer and their supermarket and how that trust extends to their suppliers, growers and farmers all around New Zealand.
If we believe that a product in any way is unsafe, whether it is we have purchased that product for a number of years or not, but if our auditors come back to us and say that we have done an audit on a particular factory or a supplier and we believe that it contravenes what they should be doing, then quite simply, we will stop buying.
Peter Smith told the conference about Progressive's operations in Christchurch after last week's earthquake and how consumer thinking changed almost instantly in a crisis.
All of a sudden, the change took place in our stores that people stopped buying frozen foods and dairy product. Last week, going into the supermarkets, frozen food sections were not touched. The dairy products, there was a lot of them that hadn't been touched. What was selling was canned groceries, canned vegetables, where people felt safe knowing that they've got a product there which potentially is a lot safer than buying something that is fresh that could have been, in their mind, could potentially have been contaminated.
Another key speaker was New Zealand Trade and Enterprise Food and Beverage Program Manager Karen Murray. She spoke about how much our international reputation relies on the safety and quality of our food, whether that safety is real or perceived.
Almost universally, the responses that we got from those people were weighted heavily towards our respect for our land, our environmental awareness, the way we care for our animals and the diversity of our country. Some would argue that we're not 100% pure in some areas, but that's certainly the way we're viewed overseas. On the whole, the perceptions are very positive and, very strongly based on our environment.
Karen Murray spoke about the potentially disastrous consequences a food scare could have on our reputation as a primary producer, especially in Europe.
A major food safety scare would have major repercussions far beyond our shores. In addition to the obvious losses, the revenue and the jobs, the inability to service our international markets for a period of time leaves us vulnerable and open to longer-term losses if another country comes in and fills the gap that we're not able to supply.
Most at risk in any kind of safety scandal would of course be our largest agricultural contributors, meat and dairy. Karen Murray says these industries are the most vulnerable given the fickle nature of international markets.
Meat and dairy is a big chunk of our exports. We're $21 billion a year in export revenue, and a big chunk of that is dairy and meat. In the event of a major scare in either of those sectors, there's a lot to lose.
The message from all in attendance seems to be, if our food is safe, then so is our economy. Drew Chappell, Country 99 TV News.